Outstanding. The campaign found them earlier today. Governor Romney and his wife are so impressed. They said, come along with us. They've been spending the day singing that beautiful song right there, wherever they've been throughout the state. Chip, Ronnie, Curtis, you believe this? I mean, check this out. When the advance team called and said, Nathan, Chip, Governor Romney, and Ann Romney want to come back to Chapin and Irmo, South Carolina, find a place, we thought surely Seven Oaks Park would be big enough. Well, you know what? I learned something. I guess when you're lucky enough to host the next president of the United States, you better think big. You know, Curtis is a campaign director for the state, shared earlier when he jumped on board, knowing that he was with the right man. I can remember back in May of last year when Governor Romney came to Chapin. This was before he had announced. And I had Representative Huggins over, we had a small group of people, and he shared with us his vision and his calling, and how he said he was going to do it again, and that he was going to run, and that he had what the country needed at that time. Chip and I said, sign us up. We said we will do everything we can. We got the support of our wives, Chip's wife Ginger, my wife Karen back there. They agreed, they said, we've got to make it right this time. The country cannot afford 4 more years of President Barack Obama. Because that same day in May, we immediately left my house. Chip and I took them over to local business owners in the community. We took them out to Albert Bueno's place. I see Albert out there. Thank you, Albert, at GIS. And we had the governor speak with Albert and others in the community, and they shared just how hard it is in this economy, and just how hard it is under this administration with the regulations and the red tape and the current economic plan, if there is an economic plan. Verdict's allowed that, because if there is, it is certainly the wrong one, if there is even one at all. And we left Albert's place and we went over to Matt's Plumbing. And Charlene and Calvin, they were all excited to have him there. And that Bill Danielson was there, and some other Irmo Chamber business owners. They said the same thing. Governor Romney, we're in a pitch. It is not going to get better unless we have a turnaround. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Governor Romney knew that. He's heard that along the campaign trail. And I don't need to by now give you his resume. You already know about how he is able to turn around businesses and create jobs in the private sector. You don't fix Washington by sending an insider. You send a businessman who's got a vision and a plan. Governor Romney's not only a successful businessman in the free market, he was also successful in turning around the Salt Lake Winter Olympics. It was mired in controversy. He came in, he turned it around. America was a shining star in the international community because of his efforts and his acumen to do the right thing and turn it around. And he didn't stop there. He went back to Massachusetts where they had asked him. They needed help. Same story we've been seeing throughout the country now. Things were not right. Democrats were in control. Everything was off the tracks. Governor Romney turned it around and turned deficits into surpluses. And so by now, the country knows his story in this campaign cycle. And we saw weeks ago in Iowa a tremendous showing in Iowa in the first caucus. And then a few weeks later, on to New Hampshire. New Hampshire resoundingly said, Governor Romney is the Republican who can best beat Barack Obama come November. And you know what? We're 3 days away, y'all. 3 days, the country turns their attention to South Carolina. And y'all that are in this room already know that South Carolina picks presidents. You want to be a Republican nominee, you win the state of South Carolina. And through our hard work here over the next 3 days, I know that South Carolina is going to pick the next president. And I would like y'all to give a rousing Irmo and Chapin welcome to the next president of the United States.